Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I think the Waterloo District School Board has a big problem on their hands, and that is the self-deletion rates they claim to be in the LGBTQ community. Now, as you know, the director, Jeewan Chanicka, he said that these LGBTQ groups, the people in there have higher rates of suicide, depression, anxiety, etc.
I have shared information in this room talking about the high rates of depression and suicide amongst 2S LGBT identifying students. There is an unequal impact on students who identify within those identities that we would be careful about how conversations are being framed, that we would care first about children who might want to take their lives because of the way that the conversations are being had.
And that is very serious and very concerning. So serious, one would say, is that parents should be made aware. Yet parents are not made aware if their kids are basically deciding to go a different route at school. And check out that video on AP 1235. But it seems to me like perhaps kids are suffering from this confusion. It's almost like they cannot accept themselves, because if they are decalibrated and they can't settle on am I a boy or a girl, I think this really throws somebody off, and now they're just in this state of confusion. And once you're in this state of confusion, you can be easily manipulated. Let's explore these suicide rates thing that he's talking about. Let's say best case scenario, suicide rates are up. Because this is very concerning, one should wonder, why does the school board even have procedures that keep parents out of the equation? This is very serious. You would think that, parents should be informed and should be made aware of what is happening at school. Yet the school has the opposite. The other thing that I'm wondering is, under the leadership of Jeewan Chanicka, have these groups of suicidal, depressed kids increased? Because it seems to me like the LGBTQ group, if they are more prone to suicide, it's really skyrocketed over the past few years.
We know who our students are. That's how we're able to identify that between grade 7 and 12, which are older students in the district, 24% of our students, that's almost 1 in 4, identify within a 2S LGBTQI plus identity.
And I'm wondering, instead of bringing down suicide, depression, and all these rates, why are these people actually increasing? This is extremely poor leadership on behalf of the director, because, it seems to me like this is probably a feature, not a flaw. You would think you want to bring down the rates, but apparently these rates have been going up. Worst case scenario, let's say the suicide rates are exaggerated. They're not that high. But he says, it's got high rates. And if that's the case, is he saying this just so he can emotionally manipulate people to draw urgency to the matter? We need to talk to kids about sexual things, because if we don't affirm them, then they're gonna self-delete. This is a very serious problem. So is this, if the rates aren't that high, is he just emotionally manipulating people? And if the rates are indeed that high, isn't it problematic that you have procedures not communicating with parents, and that these groups of high self-deletion rates are only increasing? I want to know what you think. Honestly, Jeewan Chanicka, he has zero ability to direct kids in a healthy way. And I think probably the best thing that can happen to the Waterloo District School Board on their way to finding good solution is for Jeewan to resign. And he's constantly hiding behind kids, hiding behind staff to avoid accountability as well. And he's got this, we care about the kids, student-led activities, etc. What that means is that the adults in the room are basically using the kids as a shield to get their propaganda message across, to have sexual discussions, etc. And they make it seem like the students are the one in control. Really, they're just indoctrinating the kids and encouraging these behaviors. And because they say student-led, when you criticize something student-led, it's almost like you feel like you're the bad guy. Like, man, just let the kid have a good time. Let the kid express himself, but these are not student-led. He hides behind the students and the teachers, and when it's convenient for him, he comes up, pops up out of nowhere, and he says, this is the direction, we think these things are acceptable. He's got procedures like AP 1235. Check out that video that I just made saying that parents should not be involved, and then he retreats back in his cowardly position. And make no mistake, Jeewan Chanicka is a coward, and he must be held responsible for the kind of things that he promotes at the Waterloo District School Board, the kind of procedures he upholds as well. And as a parent, if I were you, I'd be very concerned whether self-deletion rates are up. I'd be wondering, why are they up? Why are they going up in these groups? If they're down and they're emotionally manipulating people into complying, I'd be wondering, what's the credibility over here? What's going on? I'm very concerned with the director, and I hope maybe you feel the same way. And I think it's important for people to talk about these concerns, because we see the government, they're taking steps to bring things back. And they're saying things like parents must be involved if their children decide to transition at school. And we see the leadership at schools and the trustees, they're not happy about this. They want full control. It's not happening anymore. That is done. And this is the downfall. And I'm very happy to have your participation in this. I want to thank you for speaking out. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your comments. Put the comments in this video. And I hope you get encouraged by other people's stories and what they're doing as well. And until next time, take care.